More real estate inventory is hitting the market, guys. Again, there's more real estate inventory hitting the market, and here's why I know. I've been in the trenches, I've been bicycling around my backyard, DFW, Dallas Fort Worth, Texas, okay? And what I've noticed is that I am seeing more and more and more homes for sale, especially on the same street, okay, or the street next to it. Before, we didn't see that, right? And I'm seeing more and more, you know, home for sales popping everywhere, okay? Now, I believe that, in my opinion, not financial advice, there's going to be more of that happening, okay? A lot more, because there's millions and millions and millions of people in America that are in forbearance programs, or they have lost their jobs, or something of that nature. They're in financial hardships, and can you blame them? You know, I mean, Big Brother told them to stay at home. You know, the central bankers are printing money like never before in the history of America or any other country. And so, you know, we're heading towards a situation where the dollar reserve, the world reserve currency, is heading to a suicide, okay? Now, what does that translate to real estate? What does that translate to real estate housing bubble? What does that translate to the real estate crash 2.0 that's coming, okay? Well, simple. There's millions of motivated sellers out there, and soon as the Big Brother opens the court systems, soon as the banks prep up for their employees to do like loan mods and foreclosures, then, you know, we're gonna see even more inventory out there, okay, on the market. Now, I really think that real opportunity is going to be in the commercial sector, because there are so many commercial businesses that I personally know of going under. You know, like every time I drive somewhere on my bicycle, you know, and again, I put like 50-60 miles on, so I get to see a lot of my backyard. You know, I drive through different areas, neighborhoods, you know, and I see like businesses closing down. Places that I shop, right, they're all closing down. I can't say all, but a lot, majority of them, right? Now, some companies made a lot of money, where a lot of companies lost a lot of, just went under, okay? And so what that translates is to, there are landlords that have mortgages on these properties, and now these landlords are going to be in trouble, because landlords, commercial landlords, don't have FHA or VA type of loans out there, okay? And it's not guaranteed by, you know, Freddie Mac or Fannie Mae. Therefore, the lenders are more likely to foreclose on these people, okay? However, the landlords, the commercial landlords, have put a lot of skin in the game. They may have put down 100K, 200, millions of dollars as a down payment on the property. So they're going to be highly motivated, and that's why I think that, you know, back in 2016, when I said that subject to heaven is upon us in the next crash, is because of these situations. You know, what is a subject to heaven? Well, it's when a motivated seller, right, can't make their payments anymore, and they have a mortgage. They're willing to, you know, save their credit, save their neck, maybe make a little cash, maybe not lose as much cash, and let another investor just take over their mortgage, okay, whatever that is, if it's commercial, if it's residential. And I think that in the commercial side, we're going to see a lot of that this season, that sellers are going to just be willing to, commercial sellers and residential sellers are going to be wanting to do seller financing, okay? Because as more and more businesses go under, and we see that the shift is happening, the trend where back in 2016, 2017, 2018, I told everyone that the future is working remotely, and I came with a course called the Virtual Assistant course. Okay, it was a very top seller, and you still can get it on my website, myrealestatedojo.com. And it seems like everyone's shifting that way, where they're using, you know, Americans to work from home versus what I suggested, which is to find people in Vietnam, India, Pakistan, have them work for you for less than $1 a day. Okay, less than $1 a day, guys. And people think that's crazy, but because of we're the world reserve currency, and of the current currency exchange. You know, we can turn a dollar into a lot of money over there, and we can get really smart people to work for us. If you're interested in learning how to use virtual assistants, go to My Real Estate Dojo and type in virtual assistants, and you'll see my course. It's called it VA. I can't remember right now, guys. Anyways, but the world is shifting into remote work, which supports exactly that. A lot of these businesses are not going back to retail offices. They're not going to go back to normal offices, you know, where they go up in height. There's 5, 10, 20, 100 floors, because of what's happening in the shift, right? Now, one of the other thing is that I want to focus on is that besides the money printing, besides, you know, the mind shifts of people, there's a lot of people that don't want to work, because we were just at a big amusement park and a lot of the rides were closed, and I asked these people, why are they closed? And they said, well, we don't have enough people, staff, to run them. And I thought to myself, A, that's crazy, and B, you didn't tell me that before I paid you guys $200 to get in, right? But I didn't say anything, but the thought went into my mind. Okay, so, you know, well, a lot of people not working, and I'm sure they have mortgages, right? So eventually the free money will run out, and, you know, there's going to be massive inventory, not only on the commercial side, but also on the residential side, guys. Okay, now I think the real play is the commercial, because instead of coming up with 100, a million, whatever, to buy as a down payment to put down on a commercial, now motivated sellers are willing to just maybe walk away with 10, 20 grand, or, you know, 10% of what they put up, because they have no other choice, because the bank's going to take the property from them. They're going to lose everything. So it's better, do you want to get 10% or do you want to get 0%? You know, some people will say 0 and they'll just get nothing. Other people will be smarter and they'll say, oh, hey, I'll take 10%, I'll take 15%, I'll take 20%, because not that many people are willing to buy commercial property. Now the challenge is, I think, in my opinion, is to know what to do with the commercial property, right? To have creativity and imagination to figure out, well, how am I going to use this commercial property, and wait for the pendulum to pull to the other side where commercial property is in demand, because eventually it will be in demand, guys, especially in America, where we are a consumer nation. We need retail stores and we need offices and, you know, all that stuff. So, you know, and we're growing and more people are moving here through, you know, I don't want to get into political, but through refugees, through all that stuff that we're doing across the world causes all these refugees come up here. So eventually, you know, commercial real estate is going to be back in top, just like 2006, right? 2007, when the market crashed, people thought residential commercial was going to go to hell, and it did, right? And that was a great time to be a real estate investor, and I was so happy to be in it, right? However, you know, the downtrend didn't last forever. As you can see right now, 2021, 2020, you know, 2019, real estate was as top of the top you can get. Same thing, what I believe is going to happen with commercial is that there is going to be great opportunity, but the cream, the magic is what am I going to do with this property if I buy it, right? So what, that I can buy a property or a hotel or office building, you know, and, you know, instead of putting 100K down, I only have to come up with 10K, subject to it, make $5,000, $10,000 a month payment on it, but, you know, and it's occupied 30%. So maybe I'll make all the payments, or maybe it's a little short, whatever the story may be. But what am I going to do to it to, you know, I don't want to say improve on it, but what am I going to do with it to, you know, make it cash flow for me, or make it viable for me, so I can wait the weather for the next turnaround of real estate, where it's going to be, you know, commercial is going to go back up. And that's the creativity that most people are not going to have. If you're interested in learning how to use your imagination, creativity, I highly recommend joining my academy at academy.mrnofluff.com. That was tough, guys. So academy.mrnofluff.com. Where do I gotta go? I think I came the wrong way. All right, well, I gotta go back this way. Whew. I went the wrong way, guys. That was a big hill too to climb. All right. So I think, going back to the story, I think that residential is going to be subject to heaven, and I think that commercial is going to be subject to heaven. I think that commercial is a greater play for myself. Not financial advice for you. I'm not a CPA or financial advisor or any of that stuff. I'm just actually a refugee that came to America that was lucky enough to turn $100 into 3 businesses and then give most of the way to the homeless because I wasn't happy with accumulation, right? Or what I was told about success. But coming to the story, I think that there's a great opportunity here in America. You know, maybe a lot of parts of the world, right? But I don't know there, I'm not there. But in America, especially in the commercial and residential section right now and coming up. Okay, I think that real estate is always a great play. It just depends on, you know, what is your strategy. And my personal strategy has always been a buy and hold guy. So I'm not a fix and flipper. I'm not a wholesaler. I've done wholesaling, but you know, I'm not into, you know, managing people. I'm into just like having freedom of time, guys. And I don't want to, you know, accumulate a bunch of stuff and have super big ticket item stuff besides anything I could do with my family, right? So everyone's goal is different. When I was younger, I had different goals. I wanted to have an SL 550. I wanted to have rentals. I wanted to have 3 businesses. You know, today, you know, I don't want all that stuff because more stuff, more headaches, right? I'd rather just go do fun stuff and have free time. And that's the most important thing to me. So, but to you, it might be totally different. But I think that no matter what your goals are, you know, I'm going to take advantage of what's coming up. Even if I don't want it, I want to buy rental properties for my kids so they can have, you know, financial freedom when they grow up. And they can make their own decision if they want to go be the American dream and accumulate, or, you know, just do fun stuff, travel the world, have fun. And, you know, because material things are fake, in my opinion, and money's fake. Because when you go to your grave, you ain't gonna have no money, no pockets in your grave clothes, and you can't take anything with you. So, but enjoying life, creating, you know, serving others is a lot more powerful in my mind. And that's why I've been doing guys videos for you guys since 2013, giving you my trade secrets. And now I just want to tell you guys that always remember, you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and twice as beautiful as you ever imagined, guys. Much love, guys.